everyone, and welcome back to Liz Sews. Today I have a quick little haul video of a couple of different bra making purchases I've made recently that I wanted to share with you. So first up, let's look at this mini haul from Grandy by Grandy. So Grandy by Grandy is based out of New Zealand. I did some pattern testing for her and was able to pick up a few things from her shop in return. So even though it's coming from New Zealand to the United States, which is probably as far as it could possibly have to go, I received it within about 2 weeks, which I thought was a really fast turnaround time. I will say that the shipping though is quite expensive just because it's a long distance, and that's understandable. So I have 4 laces and 1 elastic to look at. So the first lace I have here is, I think, perfect for fall time, and I'm gonna wait until sometime around September, October before I sew this up because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love these sort of like soft burnt orange tones and brown, and then there's little hints of red and stuff in there. So the upper portion of the lace is embroidered, and then the lower portion of the lace is like a digital print. Looks really interesting. It's fairly see-through, as you can tell, and the bottom portion, I don't think it's micro mesh. It doesn't have enough stretch, but it's not exactly bra tulle either. So I'm definitely going to have to line this in some non-stretch lining or something like that because it does have a little bit of give to it. But not entirely sure what this would be considered, what this backing material would be considered. But I still think that this lace is really pretty, and I can't wait to work with it. Next up, I have this really pretty lace. I saw Grandy actually make a bra out of this, and it was absolutely stunning, so I felt like I needed to do it as well. I really like that stark contrast of this sort of like turquoisey upper portion against the black. I'm trying to get a single layer in here. So obviously the black is quite see-through, but once you get up into the embroidered portion, it becomes a lot more opaque. And this is a relatively thin upper embroidered edge, so it means that I'll probably be able to find a good pattern for this where I can get in my horizontal seam and it not really mess up the design too much. So that is this lace, which I'm really excited for. It just reminds me of like a peacock feathers or something like that. Next up, I have this dark green lace. Grandy sent this to me just because she knew that I loved green, and there's never enough green bra making materials in my opinion. So this is a really interesting stretch lace in this dark green color. You can see it has lots of different like zigzag designs and different motifs in here, and it's quite wide. I'd probably say like 10 inches wide, maybe 8. 9. So it's about 9 inches wide from peak to peak on here. So very wide piece of lace so I'll get a lot out of it. I can definitely I think I have a yard or a meter here, so I should still be able to get underwear out of this as long as I only use it in the front panel on the underwear and a bra as well. She also sent some strapping elastic in this really gorgeous sage green colorway, and then it has some like details down the center of the strapping elastic. So I have to really think about where I want to use this. I don't currently have anything in my stash in this sort of like muted sagey green color, but it's really pretty. So I'm gonna have to start collecting things to make with the straps. Most of the time I start collecting things to go with a lace, but this will be the first time I'll start collecting things to go with straps as my pivot point to design the bra around. And then the last lace that I picked out, I've seen several people use, and I really just love it. And the reason that I wanted to pick it up is because I kind of want to sew a bra next month in honor of the Great Bra Sewing Bee that's coming up, and this just reminds me of the sewing bee because the sort of hexagonal design on here looks like a honeycomb, and it's done in both yellow and sort of like a rosy ash rose color. So I think it's really easy to see the yellow hexagons, probably less easy to see that there's like an offset design in that ash rose color, but really interesting. I love it a lot. And again, a very thin upper edge here, so I should have no issues whatsoever being able to fit my uppercut piece on this lace. So I think I might have ordered 2 yards of this lace because I definitely want to do a full-blown set with it. So bra, underwear, and possibly garter belt. And I wanted to make sure that I had enough lace to do everything that I wanted. That is the Bee Lace from Gravity by Grandy. Next up, I got another order from MS Garment Accessories. This is a shop off of AliExpress. I purchased from this store previously when I purchased my rainbow rings and sliders, but now those rainbow rings and sliders are available at most domestic bra making suppliers, so that's awesome. It definitely gets there a lot faster when I can buy it locally or domestically. But I picked up a couple of things from MS Garment Accessories. First, I got a 10-yard roll of black strapping elastic. This is, I didn't really need this, but it was relatively inexpensive. I want to say it was around $6 or so for a 10-yard roll, which is like 60 cents a yard, which is pretty good. And the quality of the strapping elastic feels amazing. Like, it has that nice firm stretch. It has nice like satin sheen on one side and plush on the other. So definitely a good quality strapping elastic. I would feel comfortable going back to buy more from them. I don't think they had a wide range of colors. I think it might have just been black, white, and beige, but you know, and I was thinking, well, one of the reasons why I got the 10-yard roll of black is because I've been seeing a lot of those sort of like cage style bras recently, and I really want to make one up. And so I just wanted an excess amount of strapping elastic so that I wouldn't feel bad about using up yards and yards of it for a cage bra, just for a little bit of fun. I also picked up some more 18mm rings and sliders. I've been really enjoying using the 3/4 inch strapping elastic lately on my bras. So even though I have a relatively small cup volume size, right, I use a size 40 wire. My frame is quite large, and I tend to be around a 38 band. So proportionately, I feel like the wider strapping elastic looks a little bit better on me. I think I use 1/2 inch most often, but I've been really enjoying the 3/4 inch because I think that proportionally it looks better on my frame. So I picked up these in a couple more colors. I got rose gold again, which is the same ones I got last time. It's just that rose gold is the color that I use most frequently, so I wanted to have more of that. So I got rose gold, I got 10 sets in gunmetal, and 10 sets in gold. And I want to say that these were about $2 each. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty good price for these. So I got 10 sets of each of these, which will make 5 bras in each of these colors. And then last up, I got a bunch of swimwear clasps from MS Garment Accessories because I'm planning to do a huge swimwear month, and I just wanted to make sure that I had enough closures so that I wasn't like robbing Peter to pay Paul, which I do quite often. I'll just take something apart, rip it up so that I can use the hardware to make something else, but I wanted to just have enough. So I bought, they came in packs of 5, so I bought 5 each of the light gold, we have silver, and rose gold. Again, I think I use rose gold and gold the most often in these, but it's nice to have the range of colors so that if I want to, I have the option of using others. So these look identical to these swimwear closures that I purchased from shops in the United States, like TaylorMade or Porcelain and stuff like that, but I will say that these are not as good quality. I've been messing around with them, and these seem to be quite hard to get open and close, which is unfortunate, especially in swimwear when you're wet or you just want to get it off. The reason I like these closures is because I felt like they're easy to get on and off, but unfortunately these ones from MS Garment Accessories seem to be a little bit difficult. It may be that like I just need to break them in. Yeah, so like right now I can't get it open. It's like you have to push it at just the right spot to get it open and click. So I paid a lot less for them than I would from a normal shop. I think I paid about $5 per set. So that's roughly about $1 per piece, but then I had to also add shipping onto there where normally stuff ships for free. But this whole order together, I got to combine shipping, so the shipping wasn't as bad. But I will say that I just don't think the quality on these is as good as the swimwear closures that you can get from the bra making suppliers. So, you know, they're cheaper, but they're not as good. What are you gonna do? So next up, I picked up 2 sets of garter clips, and I got these from the Bra Makery. So I got 12 garter clips in silver and 12 garter clips in rose gold. So I picked up garter clips because I've been doing a lot more garter belts recently, especially with the Disney project. And I just really like having the hardware already in my stash, so I don't have to like think about it. It's just, I have it already ready and available for me. And again, I got rose gold and silver because those are the 2 colors that I'm going to be using, I tend to use the most frequently. So Bra Makery was running a sale at the time. I think that I got 12 of these for $6. That might not be the case anymore. I've already used some of the rose gold ones, so that's why I only have 8 here, but it did come with 12 originally. So these were a good, just like good to have thing to add to my collection. And then lastly, I bought not so much the hardware that's in here, but I bought these little plastic divider things from Amazon, and they fit my rings and sliders perfectly, and it's a lot better than the system I was using. I used to just keep everything in little baggies like this in a drawer underneath my sewing machine, and it was always really hard to find anything. So now I've got them all separated out. So I got my rose gold one here. Like, as I said, rose gold is the thing that I use the most frequently. So I think I have 20 millimeter up in this corner here, and I have 18 millimeter sliders and then 18 millimeter rings because the rings take up more space. So all up here is 12 millimeter sliders and 12 millimeter rings. And then in this section, I have these sort of 12 millimeter rose gold triangles. So I haven't used these triangles super often. I think I've only ever used them in one bra, but it just worked, and it had space for it to fit into my rose gold one. And then in this guy, I put 12 millimeter gold, 12 millimeter antique bronze, 12 millimeter gunmetal, 12 millimeter silver. And again, I have the silver triangles in this one. I haven't used the silver triangles at all, but they're super fun. And then my rainbow rings and sliders here in 12 millimeter. And in this guy, I have 18 millimeter gold, 18 millimeter gunmetal. I have G hooks and rings and sliders for 1/4 of an inch or 6 millimeter. Then I have sliders for 12 millimeters. I have G hooks for 12 millimeters. And then I had one little spot open, so I've just been putting in there trinkets and stuff like that. So I have like butterflies and bees and a front closure clasp, just little things like that that don't have a specific place to go. Anyway, I really liked these containers. It was incredibly inexpensive. I want to say like $6 for all 3. They're nice and tiny. You can see based on my hand size. And actually, I can stack these all 3 high into my drawer, and it definitely keeps everything nice and tidy, much cleaner than it was before. And now I can like tell exactly where it is the one that I want to use. So super happy with this purchase, and it's something that I wish that I had bought sooner. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little video, and I'll see everyone next time. Take care.